Hi everyone, it's Be Divine and welcome to Divine Miracles. Thank you so much for being here with me. I have a little bit of a talk that I want to do with you guys today. Just something that has just continually come up, especially this week, is continually come up with people. And it's all about your gifts. And number one is that every single one of us is gifted in exactly the same way. However, we tend to tap into things, the way that we do it. Okay, so we have a unique spin on everything that we do. So, for example, some people are saying, I don't have any gifts, I'm not a healer, I'm not, clairvoyant, or something like you are, or like people that I know are, you seem to be able to do it, or it seems to be easy for you, that kind of thing. You know what? I was exactly in the same boat. I used to look at other people and go, how come they can do this and I can't? How come they can hear the angels and I can't? How come they can see things and I can't? I used to always do this. Again, I was kind of programming that in my life too. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. A lot of the things that happen is that when we are young, we're raised in a hierarchy system where the teacher knows more than the student, and then there's these top students that get favored by the teacher, and we tend to take this over into our normal everyday life, where we think to ourselves, okay, that person is more gifted than I am, that person can do it, how come they're better than I am, why am I not good enough? And then when we're thinking, why am I not good enough? Then we're thinking about all of the things that we may feel guilty about in our life. Oh, that's why, because in 1987, I took someone's lunch, at lunchtime, and I shouldn't have done that kind of thing, or, I said something nasty to someone, or I'm being punished. So these are the factors, we think we're being punished, we think we're not good enough, we think other people are better than us. And you know what, this carries on throughout a lot of people's lives and their spiritual journey. And the feeling of not being good enough or not being worthy enough is one of the biggest, most important feelings that you can have in your life that you need to overcome. There's many ways in which you can do it. The feeling of not being good enough also comes into your life with your, relationships, perhaps, friendships with other people, family members as well, may not make you feel good enough. And then, you have this feeling already of deep hurt, and then you go into a relationship and something happens there, and then you don't feel good enough again, and then you start comparing yourself to other people, and the cycle continues. Or you have friends and you might be almost as good as that one but not quite as good as that one, and all this kind of stuff starts to happen, and you just feel plain bad about yourself. And it's very hard once you're in that mode of feeling that way to get yourself out of it. Until now, I'm going to try to help you to move past this. Everything that we're feeling in our life is a state of allowing. We're allowing something to overtake our mind. What are we going to allow into our life? How are we going to, what are we going to do today? Are we going to choose to be happy, or are we going to choose to be miserable, feeling sorry for ourselves, getting bitter and resentful because of all the things that have happened to us, or all the things that haven't happened to us, because everybody else seems to be able to get it, The first decision that you need to make in your spiritual journey is a sense of being worthy. Once you have a sense of being worthy, regardless of what you've been taught, regardless of what you've been told, but for a moment, allowing you to be worthy, because you are born into this world as an amazing light. You've been hurt, you've been twisted, you've been punished, you've been, everything has happened to you. You've had abuse. Everything has happened to you that nobody quite understands except for you. And you've been there for yourself the entire journey. You've been there. You've been the one with you. If nobody else has been there, you have. So it comes to a point where you have to say to yourself, if I really want something to change in my life, it needs to start with me. I need to stop comparing myself to every other person out there. Stop looking at things that make me do that. Stop burning up inside when I see someone who I believe is more attractive than I am or something. You know, stop getting angry when you wish you could be something. You know, it all has to stop, and it all has to start with you. The worthiness thing is the biggest problem, because it stretches out into so many different areas of life and makes you feel so many different things, you know. And anxieties can come into this as well. You know, so many people are suffering from anxiety. You know, you get this nervous tension when you're young. It gets stronger when you're a teen. You get into your 20s, you still haven't, you know, coped with it. You haven't gotten through it, and you know, things can become really debilitating. And I talked once before about my own issues with anxiety in itself, and also you know, that I don't have it anymore. Like, I know you can get out of it. Okay, you mentally put something in, you mentally got to get yourself out of things. But it all stems from this worthiness stuff. Also with anxiety, I just want to talk about this. Sometimes a deep anxiety can happen at a certain age from a past life trauma that happened at that age. So you inexplainably become anxious. There's a little bit of a difference than it happening just, you know, as a child and because of an event, or whether it's happened, you know, unexplained. Now I want to talk deeper with you guys on the subject of anxiety in itself and see if I can help you with that. But the worthiness thing, this is what we want to talk about, because you guys are gifted and you need to fight back with this, because society has tried to squash us, you know, making us believe that we are dumb, or making us believe that only certain people can do things, putting certain people on pedestals, you know. People who do readings or do the clairvoyant thing, you know, they big note themselves and you know, I can do this and I can do that, and they make you feel small, you know. And nobody should make you feel small. We all need to stick together, and that's my theory on everything, is that we are all as gifted as each other. We stick together, we grow together, we learn how to shake off all of the confines of our life, whether it's our parents, whether it's schooling, friends, partnerships, whatever it is, and start to learn how powerful we can actually be. Empower yourself with worthiness. How dare anyone make you feel less than perfect, less than good enough, you know? And then how dare you continue to treat yourself in that manner, you know? Forget what everybody else looks like, does, has, success. You know, that's not feeling annoyed at other people that have got things in life doesn't help you to get them yourself. The only thing that's going to help you get all of these things yourself is empowerment. Empowering yourself. Looking at yourself as worthy. Looking at, you know, writing, maybe doing some journaling with yourself. Writing down some things. What do I always seem to do? What's the pattern that I always seem to follow? You know? Some people say to me, oh, I always attract the same person into my life. Why do you think that is? Are you expecting the wrong person to come in? Are you expecting something not to last? Do you know what I mean? Are you trusting that they are going to be faithful and do all the right things to you? You know? Or do you have an expectation that everyone and everything is always going to fail you in some way? When in reality, once you start to realize that you can only allow failure into your life, and you have a choice of whether you do or you don't, by the way in which you think about a situation, most importantly, the way in which you think about yourself. Whether you believe in angels is no consequence here. This is all about, you know, our divine right, you know, energy plays, you know, being able to manifest things into your life because you believe you can have them, because you have no shadow of a doubt that you're being taken care of, you know, to find the perfect partner because you believe you're worthy of that, you know, and that you stop cutting yourself down. saying, oh, well, if I look like this, then it would be easy. No, it's not. It doesn't matter what you look like. Life isn't easy. You know, we're going to have twists and turns along the way. It doesn't matter whether you're born into money or not, or you know, whatever it is about yourself that you wish there was something else going on here. You must first accept yourself. Acceptance is key. Feeling worthy, you know, is key. Forgiving the past, another key, you know. Not letting it define you. You know, not letting what anybody else has said to you, has done to you, has ripped out of you, has tortured you with, not letting any of those things define who you are. Otherwise, they win. Something that I want to say to you guys is this. Whenever you've been treated badly, it is not because you have deserved to be treated badly. It is because the people who have treated you badly have seen how amazing you are. And that if you knew your own abilities, and if you knew how powerful you were, then you wouldn't need them in your life at all. So they tried the only way that they could to break you, and that was with your deep empathy, with your deep feeling. You know, you have deep feelings and you have deep sensitivities, and these people have tried to break you through your sensitivities. Don't let them work. They saw the greatness in you. They didn't see a weakness in you at all. You need to know this, because this will change everything about how you've ever seen yourself. You know, you've been abused, you've been punished, you've been hurt, you've been through trauma. It's not because you were less than good enough. It was because you were amazing. And these people used the only thing that they could, your deep emotion, to stop you from moving forward. How dare they? And how dare you let them? Don't let them do that to you. You know, there is an amazing amount of trauma and abuse that I have suffered in my life. Like, you guys wouldn't even know, you know. And one day maybe I will talk about it, because it's the reason I don't talk about it too much is because it is a distant thing from me. But boy, did it teach me something. You know, I didn't know it at the time, but it taught me to resonate with you guys. And it also taught me how my own power, how my own worthiness, how my own, you know, ability to just keep on pushing on, and all of this was something that resonates with so many people, you know. Like, I mean, I felt to myself, if I can do this, and I can understand that there's always someone that has something worse than me, you know, and that the reason that things happen to me was for experience. But I'm done with experience, and I'm not going to let them have all that power over me. I realize it's experience. And I realized that people saw something powerful within me and tried to break it, okay? That in itself just made me, like, spur forward. I thought, you know what? You all think I can't do this? You just watch me. I can do anything, and I'm going to prove that you can do anything too. You know, like other people, you guys out there listening. We have to fight back with how we've been treated by not allowing it to continue with self-destructive patterning. You know, we can allow it. We can sit there feeling sorry for ourselves. We can be bitter. We can look for motives. Like, I know for the longest time that I wanted to know why things happened to me. And, you know, I'd be asking my mother, how could you let this happen? You know, why aren't you sorry? Why don't you care? You know, trying to get some kind of reaction. Trying to get an answer that never came. Until the end of, I just discovered, well, you know what? I'm never going to get an answer. I'm never going to understand her motives, because I'm totally not her, you know. And I wouldn't do things in the way that she has done things, you know. But that's her journey, and that's her life. And, you know, she can keep on being miserable and live it that way, because she never found her own power, her own strength, her own worthiness either, and was trying to push that down onto me, you know, and to the other kids in the family too. So what are we going to do? Well, you want to be confident. You want to be secure. You want to be able to manifest things. You want to be in tune. You know, you want to have the energies of your abilities open. You want to talk to the angels. You want to have an easy life. You know, you want to teach other people. You want to help other people. You want to heal yourself and other people. So, those are the things that you want. This is how you get to it. Number one, forget anything about what other people have treated you like. That is their projection, that is their feelings, that is their anger, that is their hostility, that is their problem, not yours. They saw you as amazing, not stupid, not dumb, not useless, all the things that they said. But they saw you as something that if you actually got powerful, you would never need anybody. And guess what? We don't. We need this body, us. That's all we really need. Anyone else that comes into our life is a choice, you know, what we're allowing in there. Are you going to allow someone to frighten you? Are you going to allow someone to make you remember all of these horrible things that have happened to you and then just continuously punish yourself? No. I mean, it's up to you if you keep on doing that. Like, no one can make you stop doing that. The only person that can make you stop and heal yourself and get better and empower yourself and strengthen bit by bit is you know. There are things like people look at me and say, well, you know, you're so happy all the time. And it's like, well, I choose it. I choose to be happy every day, you know. Oh, nothing seems to bother you. No, because I don't let it bother me. I used to. I used to sit there churning up about a lot of things, you know. But it didn't hurt the person, or it didn't make them see, or it didn't make them understand me. They didn't care. So why would I waste my time and energy? I would rather focus it on building this me, you know, working on my healing, working on the things that I love, declaring I'm gifted. You know, I've got all the gifts in the universe, and so does everybody else. I might tap into it this way. Someone else might tap into their healing that way. Someone might see in this way. Someone might see internally. We might hear things at a distance. We might hear things within. We might have intuition heightened. Whatever it is that you choose that works easiest for you, do that. Some people like to do, I used to like to do the automatic writing. I still do. And that sort of helped me to understand real messages and crazy messages, you know. And all the love. We focus on the love. We don't focus on punishment all the time. That my time as being very religious as a younger person, all I ever felt I was doing was something freaking wrong, you know. Like every step of the way, I can't do this and I can't do this and I can't do this. And then, you know, you go home from church and all this abuse is happening at home. So how is this fair? You know, it was very confusing. And a lot of people go through this as well, you know. So wholeness, you know, feeling complete. And people out there just want to feel at ease. We just want to feel peaceful. We want to feel connected. We want to feel in tune. We want someone to teach us how to do it. First, you must accept you already have it all. It's a hard lesson to learn, I know, because you've been told your whole life how dumb you are or stupid you are, or you'll never do this and you'll never do that, or whatever it is. Or maybe you haven't been told this. Maybe you've just had one experience in your life where someone made you feel like crap. Whatever it is, something has dented you to a point where, you know, you're nervous about challenging yourself, or you're nervous about the next step in your life, or, you know, it's hard for you because of this family member or that family member. I can't be myself. Yes, you can. You know, no matter what anybody does, okay, no matter what you do in your life, there's always going to be someone there who doesn't like it, someone who's negative, someone who goes, oh, well, you shouldn't really be doing that. Someone, no matter how amazing you are. So what? You know what? These people that do this and always berate and always put you down, they'll do it to anybody. If it wins with you and you actually feel it and you get upset and you know, you've let it win. Don't let it win anymore. You know, this channel is all about helping you to help yourself. You know, creating miracles for yourself. working on healing, you're healing yourself. I help you. That's my job. I will do everything I can to help you to get to where you need to be through ways of thinking, through changing attitudes, through bringing in, angelic energy, through working with the divine, through opening up yourself to accepting that you are already good enough exactly how you are, and you're already gifted exactly how you are. There are people out there who say that they are better than anybody else. I would run 1,000 miles. So, I've said this since I started doing YouTube, that no one is better than anybody else. There's some negative people on here that say, oh, she thinks she's this and she thinks she's that, and we all know who that person is. But who cares? I don't care. People can say whatever they want about me. I dress how I want to dress. I look how I want to dress. I wear, how I want to look. In the past, I'd be like, oh no, I can't do this. I need to do this. And, I mustn't look this way because people will think that. I don't care. It came, it took time. This is not an instantaneous thing, because there's going to be challenges along the way where you doubt yourself, okay? And you start falling back into an old pattern. But you have to kick yourself back up the butt, and tell yourself, no, I don't want to go in that direction anymore. I'm sick of the way that I feel. I want to do something with myself, and it has to start with me. And I have to look at all the times that I've been hurt and upset, and I have to just give myself that love. And I have to say, you know what, you are amazing just how you are. And you don't have to be perfect. Not at all. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to stuff up, whatever, but you just keep on going. There's so many of you guys out there. I know already. There are so many of you out there that are talented with helping other people with their readings, helping other people with healing as well. And they go, oh no, well, I need to study more, or I need to do this before I can do this. Don't let that programming beat you up. The biggest thing that you can do when you're trying to branch out in your spiritual work is just do it. Because that's the only way you're going to get the knowledge, through experience, hands-on work with people. Not sitting in a chair, reading a book, practicing and meditating by yourself. No, you trust that you will know exactly what to say, that you will know exactly what to do, that you will tune into the people and the right people will come to you. So you focus on it being an easy process. This goes with anything in your life. You don't sit there and say, oh, it's going to be hard and this and this and this. You're just setting yourself up for disaster. So you say, it'll be easy. The right people will come. Everything will explode. I will be able to sustain myself. More than that, I'll be able to help people, And it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing, because you've learned a valuable lesson. And that is how you're thinking about things is what you start bringing about into your life. You've learnt in the past how to manifest negative situations through what you're doing up here. You've learned how it works for you. It works brilliantly. Stuff starts happening bad because you think it will, and it starts happening, okay? So we change it, and we change the wording to an expectation. I'm so grateful that this, and this has happened. It's amazing. I love it. I'm so happy. And you keep on telling yourself these things. And then it starts becoming a new habit. Instead of, oh God, look at me in the mirror. Oh my God, look at what I'm wearing. Oh my God, how am I gonna look? These people are going to be looking like this, and I'm looking like that kind of thing. Or this person is more gifted than I am, and I just stupid, and I'm dumb, and now I'm going to get all anxious inside myself, and oh well, I'm just not going to go. You're talking yourself out of stuff because your comparison has started before you even left the door. Oh, I can't study that because I'll be the stupidest one in the class. Why do we do this to ourselves? You don't need to. It's so easy to shift gear. Once you start doing it once, you'll start applying it in other areas. These are the secrets that they don't want you to know. This is the secret that society wants to keep away from you. That is that you are magnificent just the way you are. You're able, very capable, very smart, awesome. You look fantastic. You can do and be and have anything you want with the vision of success. You're putting that vision of success around yourself, and you take nothing less than that. And you know, you check yourself. You know, how am I feeling today? What's today going to be like? It's going to be amazing. No, oh my God. We have moments when we have to do something we don't really like, or go to an appointment that we don't really want to go to, or listen to some kind of family thing that we didn't really want to be at. We have all of those, you know, and we have them throughout our life. But we can change how that experience occurs by focusing on the way we want it to be, by blocking out all the negativity, not absorbing it in, you know, learning that, you know, as an empath and a healer, you absorb other people's crap and you think it's your own. You know, we learn how to put barriers in place, you know, and let the angels absorb it, so you have an awareness, but you're not all over the place with everyone else's energy and stuff. That you start looking at yourself through the eyes of the angels, who see nothing but an amazing, beautiful light in this world. You know, and when you berate yourself and beat yourself up, you just let all of those people who treated you that way win. You give them all the power in the world instead of owning yourself, because they saw the power in you and they tried to squash it out. Now, don't let them, you know. I don't care what background you've had or anything, because anything, you can do anything, and anything can change within you, you know. You can find the right person because you are the right person, you know. You naturally attract what you are into your life easily. So there are so many things, you know, there are so many people who come forward saying to me that they don't have any abilities, they don't have any gifts. It's sad, because you've been brainwashed that you don't have any gifts and you don't have any abilities. It's easy to undo that damage, though. So easy. You just got to take a step forward, remembering that, again, nothing has to happen overnight. Just a slight change in this attitude or that attitude, just a slight trigger in your memory, like, oh my God, I'm doing that thing again. I'm getting myself all worked up over nothing, you know. A slight change your thought, bring yourself back in, and away you go again. Examine this worthlessness feeling, you know, and where it truly came from, you know, and whether that person, you know, made you feel that way, and then it kept on being repeated in other people's behavior towards you. You can either continue that cycle, or you can refuse that to ever happen to you again by changing your mindset, moving forward one step at a time, one day at a time, doing the best you can for that day to allow your potentials to heal from your past, and to send yourself complete self-love. You know, give yourself acceptance. Say, you know what, no matter what I've done, I'm loved. You know what, I forgive myself. I forgive other people. And I detach myself from any of that energy ever again. Because that is not me. That is not who I am. They have tried to ruin me, and I'm not going to let them. People have tried to squash me down. They've abused me. They've hurt me. They've made me feel stupid. They've made me feel ugly. All of those things. Now, I can believe them. I can sit here and believe them all day. Or I can refuse to believe that about myself. And therein, the confidence comes. Anxiety will wash away. Confidence will come forward. And when you feel confident in yourself, you feel like you can do anything. And when you feel like you can do anything, then you feel successful. You know, when you feel successful, you feel that joy feeling. When you start feeling joyful, you are creating abundance left, right, and center in your life, whatever that means for you. You know, so I wanted to make this video about it. I could talk about this all day to you, and I would like to give you little methods and things that you can use. You know, we've got meditations on here, we've got writings on my website as well. You could also have a complete healing and a reset. You know, you could, someone who understands. You could come to someone who understands. Make sure that you always trust whoever it is that you go to, because when you trust someone else, you will allow changes to happen in your life, and you allow your own healing to begin. You know, and of course I offer the shamanic healing, which just resets you. It gets all that anxiety out the way. You know, you get your abilities working and pumping. You feel like the weight is just shifted straight off your back, and you feel like you can focus. You know, there's not so much crap cramming in on your day. And even if you work a hectic, heavy, high-paid corporate job, which a lot of my friends do, they have this amazing high-pressure, big wig job. You know what? It doesn't bother them. They're the happiest people I know on the planet, because their mind is different. So we struggle so much with all these, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and all that sort of stuff. We just laugh and breeze through everything. Oh, that's easy. You know, it'll be simple. We don't create it a difficulty. And you can do this. You can step into this. You don't need pills. You don't need all this therapy, you know, and stuff that tell you, oh, you know, if you keep on doing this, you're going to get darker and darker and darker. Don't listen to anyone that tells you that you need them unconditionally, or else you're going to go into this dark hole space thing. Ugh, you know, that's a whole nother thing, but be careful, okay? The self-acceptance needs to happen, and the fight back that you have, that each one of us has in our life. You know, we all have this intense fighting spirit, okay? That needs to come back from you. Because as I said to you before, other people saw how amazing you really are if you only knew, and they tried to dumb you down. Do you want to keep letting that happen? If you do, fine, you know, okay, you know, that's sad. But I mean, I know that just about everybody out there is ready to jump in the deep end and change their life completely. And this is what happens. You know, you may need help and assistance along the way, no problem. You know, there's always someone there. I'm always there for any of you, you know. And there's no situation that I haven't heard of, or that I haven't got some kind of answer for, that I'll find out for you, whatever, you know, to help you along the way. Because, you know what, we've all been kicked to the curb, but we must fight back as we start coming back together as a consciousness, you know, working together, feeling good about ourselves, raising our awareness of things. Then there's no need for structures. There'll be no need for all those things that we hate. But if we don't stick together, it's not going to happen, and we need to, okay? So I just made this video, and I know I've made it a long one now, and I apologize, but I really hope that it's helped even one person. I'm amazed at all of you guys. Like, I've met so many of you being in the USA, and you say you've helped me so much, and that to me is the most amazing gift that anyone can say to me, that I have helped you, you know, to help yourself. That is just amazing to me. So I'm grateful to each and every one of you for listening, and I hope this helps. I'm sending lots and lots of love and many blessings, and bye for now. Bye.